Now, again, we're going to do 20 most tragic Hollywood actors. I have a new intro. Anyway, you know the rules. Robots paint, you guys guess. I give some clues along the way. In this case, they start off harder and they get easier. This actress was nominated for an Academy Award early in her career. She starred in films during the 1940s before a life-altering incident. Remember, these are all tragedies in some way. Anybody know? Kind of hard. This is a toughie. She was paralyzed from the waist down in a car, actually a hunting accident, if you can believe it, a hunting accident. She was paralyzed from the waist down, but she did try to act in a few other movies. She did pass away at the age of only 31 years old due to health complications. Anybody know? Anybody got a guess? It is a little obscure, I think. Born in 1921, passed in 1952, paralyzed in a hunting accident. Does anybody know this Hollywood story? This is Miss Susan Peters. Susan Peters. She was one of the first high-profile Hollywood stars to continue acting despite a severe physical disability. Next up. Known for her roles in comedic classics of the 1930s. She was rumored to have been married to Charlie Chaplin. Controversy surrounded her relationships with powerful men. She struggled with criticism for her lack of children. Okay. Her glamorous image faded in later years due to Hollywood's changing tastes. She was known for her roles in comedic classics. She was rumored to have been married to Charlie Chaplin. She struggled with criticism for her lack of children. Her glamorous image faded in later years. Last chance, going once, going twice. This is Miss Paulette Goddard. Paulette Goddard. She actually lived a long time, but was completely left out of the picture later. Goddard was considered for the role of Scarlett O'Hara, actually, in Gone with the Wind, but she lost out to Vivian Leigh. Now, those first two were kind of obscure, so hopefully it'll get easier. This gal was a glamorous sweater girl of the 1940s. She is known for her roles in classic film noir. Her private life was often the subject of media scandal. Anybody know? I recognize her from the picture, actually. About 1958 Stompanato murder case brought Turner into courtroom drama. Yeah, Jan had it. Very good. Very good, Jan. Anyway, I don't know if you remember, but the big case, there was a big case where they think her daughter killed this guy, right? Despite her personal, Lana Turner is correct, despite her personal turmoil, Turner maintained her status as a Hollywood legend for decades. All right. So she rose above her. Next up. This is kind of interesting. I never knew who this was. but she was a muse for artist Andy Warhol during the 1960s. She symbolized the counterculture and fashion of the era. Her life was marked by drug addiction and mental health struggles. She starred in avant-garde films, but never broke into mainstream Hollywood. Andy Warhol. She died tragically of an overdose at the age of only 28. Any guesses? Andy Warhol muse in the 1960s. Avant-garde films. Fashion icon. This is Miss Edie Sedgwick. That kind of sounds familiar now, right? Edie Sedgwick, or 1943, passed in 1971. Sedgwick is often credited with influencing modern bohemian fashion styles. There you go. Edie Sedgwick. Look at that tragedy. Now we're going to go way back for this one. A silent film star during Hollywood's early years. She was born in 1898 and passed in 1937. Her career faltered with the advent of the talkies. But they had a bad voice, I guess, huh? Good big. She battled severe alcoholism and financial struggles. That sound familiar at all? She passed away alone and impoverished at the age of only 39 years old. They didn't live that long back in the day, I guess. Her tragic death became a cautionary tale of Hollywood's treatment of aging stars. Anybody have a guess? How about this? She was French. She was French. Might have been Canadian, but she was French. This is Miss Marie Prévost. Marie Prévost. Does that sound familiar at all? Silent film star. Prévost inspired Kenneth Unger's infamous book, Hollywood Babylon. Wow, that's interesting. Babylon, did you see that movie? That was pretty cool. You might know this next one. This is one of the most famous actresses of the silent age. The original It Girl of the silent film era. Her Brooklyn accent made the transitions to talkies difficult. Yeah, there you go. She was plagued by scandals involving her personal relationship. She suffered from mental health challenges later in life. Well, she was an actress. Strike one. She retreated from public life after a series of breakdowns. The original It Girl of the silent film era. Well, I've never heard of Fanny Brooks, but no, it's the other one. It's the other one. This is Miss Clara Bow. Clara Bow, 1905 to 1965. Bow's electrifying screen presence is credited with popularizing the term It Girl in Hollywood. Clara Bow, there she is. Can't complain about the robot painting that thing. Now, you may know this name. I knew this one. The first African American to win an Academy Award. Who's that? She's best known for her role as Mammy in Gone with the Wind. Anybody know? Who played that? She faced immense racism and segregation during her career. She was barred from attending the movies Atlanta premiere due to Jim Crow laws. And she did die before seeing the civil rights movement gain full momentum. So who was this? Miami with Gone with the Wind, and first African American to win an Academy Award. I think that's supporting actress, perhaps. Anybody remember the name? She went on to star in lots of other stuff too. Anybody know? Going once, going twice. Ms. Hattie McDaniel. Hattie McDaniel, does that sound familiar? There you go. You had it. You had it. 1893 to 1952. Hattie McDaniel. Her Oscar was actually lost over time, but remains a symbol of breaking barriers in Hollywood. There you go. All right, now I heard this name of this actress, but a little more obscure again. She rose to stardom in the 1940s with her striking beauty. She was known for her roles in classic films like Forever Amber. She faced personal and professional struggles later in her career. She tragically died in a house fire while saving her friend's child. Holy smokes, she's a hero. She was planning a Hollywood comeback at the time of her death. Now, if that's not tragic, nope, not Judy Garland, but do stay that answer square. Square that round, although your icon is round on my screen. Square is round. Going once, going twice. This is Miss Linda Darnell. Linda Darnell. Linda Darnell was born in 1923 and passed in 1965. Darnell's tragic end cemented her legacy as one of Hollywood's unforgettable stars. Linda Darnell. Next up. Hopefully you're learning something on Quick Bite History Live. A promising actress of the 1950s with striking good looks. Her career unraveled due to addiction and personal scandals. Married and divorced multiple times, like most of those actresses, causing public scrutiny. She died penniless and homeless at the age of only 39. Now, if that's not a tragedy, I don't know what is. No, incorrect, but why? This gal became a symbol of Hollywood's disregard for fallen stars. She was born in 1927 and passed in 1967. Only lived 40 years. Any guesses? This gal's name is Barbara Payton. Barbara Payton. Payton penned a memoir detailing her tumultuous life, offering a rare glimpse into the underbelly of Hollywood. Here she is. Barbara Payton. Pretty lady. Okay, moving on to we're down to number 11. This is a countdown. Now, this name might be familiar. Born in 1913, passed in 1970. Talented actress known for her fiery personality. Her mental health struggles led to controversial institutionalization. Oh. She was subjected to alleged forced treatments, including lobotomy rumors. Bummer. This gal's career and personal life became a cautionary tale of Hollywood's exploitation. She later resurfaced briefly, but never reclaimed her early fame. Those are all pretty vague clues. Anybody recognize it, perhaps? Might be kind of hard. This is Miss Frances Farmer. Frances Farmer. I don't know, you might want to Google that one. Farmer's life inspired the biographical film called Frances. Do you remember seeing that recently? Frances, starring Jessica Lange. You remember that? Anybody see that movie? Barbara Stanwyck wasn't a bad guess, but incorrect. All right, this next one's kind of fun. Born in 1908, passed in 1944. She was nicknamed the Mexican Spitfire. She was in the silent films as well as the talkies. She starred in both Mexican and American films during her career. She is known for her passionate and tumultuous personal life. The Mexican Spitfire. She allegedly died by suicide, though myths shroud the true circumstances, like they often do. Anybody know who the Mexican Spitfire is? Silent films and talkies. Her death is often sensationalized, overshadowing her achievements. Anybody got a guess? Google it quick. Mexican Spitfire. This is Miss Lupe Velez. Lupe Velez, 1908 to 1944. Velez was one of the first Mexican actresses to find crossover success in Hollywood. Lupe. Next up, now this is a fairly famous name. She did not live long. Born in 1906, passed in 1935. She was a comedic actress in the 1930s, known for her charm and wit. She starred alongside major names in films like Horse Feathers and Monkey Business. So she starred along with the Marx Brothers, it sounds like. She owned a successful cafe frequented by Hollywood elite. Well, that's cool. Anybody know who this is? She was found dead in her car under mysterious circumstances. Rumors of foul play have surrounded her death ever since. Ever since. I think the movie Babylon actually mixed in some of her story with earlier stories. Yeah. Who knows? Who knows who this is? Going once, going twice. Soul. This is Miss Thelma Todd. Thelma Todd, does that sound familiar? Todd's Cafe still stands as a historic site in California. Thelma Todd. There you go. Next up. This gal passed the tender age of 23 years old. She was known as Hollywood Sign Girl. Wow. This is a bad story. She started in Broadway productions before attempting a Hollywood career. Unfortunately, she jumped to her death from on top of the Hollywood sign. Now, I don't know, it's not that far, but I guess if you land on your head, it's not good, right? She became a symbol of unfulfilled dreams in the entertainment industry. Fanny Cooper, no, she's the Hollywood Sign Girl, though. Anybody know who that is? Her tragic story inspired films and documentaries about Hollywood's dark side. I guess. Jump into your death from the Hollywood side. It's her. Anybody remember the name? Going once. This is Peg Entwistle. How about that name? Peg Entwistle. Entwistle received a movie role offer shortly before her death. A heartbreaking twist to her story. Now, this name's a little more famous, so you may know this gal. She was crowned Hollywood's Queen of Screwball Comedy. She was married to Clark Gable, one of Hollywood's most iconic couples. Yeah, she was a good climber. Must have been a good diver, too. Volunteered extensively for war bond tours during World War II, this gal tragically died in a plane crash on a return trip from a Bond rally. Who knows? There it is! Old Nona's in the house. I think you would have got some of those earlier ones if you were in the house, Nona. That is correct. Her death shocked the nation and ended a storied career. And yes, Nona knows. It's Carol Lombard. Carol Lombard, born in 1908, passed tragically in 1942. Lombard's patriotism and charity work left an enduring legacy beyond her films. There you go. Next up on our tragedy countdown. This gal was the first African-American actress nominated for a Best Actress Oscar. Remember Hattie McDaniel? She won for Supporting Actress. Starred in films like Carmen Jones. Who knows that one? And she broke racial barriers, of course. She faced racism and limited opportunities despite her talents. She endured financial troubles and multiple personal tragedies. And she did die tragically at the age of 42 from an overdose. Likely accidental. No, not Cicely. Carmen Jones is probably the key clue, and she's the first one to be nominated for a Best Actress Oscar. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows the answer to this one? Oh, no, not Billie Holiday, but that is really close. This gal did have a singing career and an acting career. Singing career and this is Dorothy Dandridge. Dorothy Dandridge, born 1922, passed in 1965. Dandridge's story has inspired numerous biographies and a film starring Halle Berry. There you go. Next up, this is a famous actress known for her beautiful blonde hair. She was known for her iconic peekaboo hairstyle. That's what that's called, peekaboo. She rose to fame during the 1940s in film noir classics. She faced struggles with alcoholism and financial ruin. That doesn't sound good. She spent her later years working as a waitress. Wow. I didn't realize that. She was so pretty. She died in relative obscurity, far from her Hollywood heyday. Big-time actress, 1922 to 1973, 1940s film noir. Peekaboo hairstyle. Anybody know? Good picture, I think. Not bad. A little abstract. This is Veronica Lake. Veronica Lake. Despite her struggles, Lake's hairstyle remains a symbol of glamour. Yes, it does. There she is. Veronica Lake. Okay, you should know the next one. This next gal is known as the blonde bombshell of the 1930s. She starred in iconic films like Dinner of Eight and Hell's Angels. She died suddenly of kidney failure at the age of 26. How do you die of kidney failure at 26? That sounds rough. Anybody remember that story? Wow. Her death sent shockwaves through Hollywood at the time. Yeah, it sent a shockwave right through me. She remains one of the most enduring icons of the Golden Age. Well, she couldn't have been that enduring. Anybody know? Who that? Anybody got a guess? Blonde bombshell in the 30s. Starred in movies Dinner of Eight, Hell's Angels. 26 years old. What? This is Miss JeanHarlow. JeanHarlow, that's not familiar. 1911 to 1937. Harlow's mother famously refused medical care for religious reasons. Oh, that's a dark part of the story. Oops. Okay. I think you'll know this next one. We're down to number 3, incidentally. Known as the love goddess for her sensual screen presence. She's starting classics like Gilda and CoverGirl. Gilda and CoverGirl. She endured a string of tumultuous marriages and personal hardships. Later struggled with Alzheimer's. How about that? A diagnosis not well understood at the time. She obviously became a symbol of aging stars that were forgotten by Hollywood. Yeah. No. You got it. It's okay. It's a pretty good picture. It's black and white. I figured if I did the red hair, it'd be a giveaway. we went black and white. That's right. Rita Hayworth. 1918 to 1987. Hayworth's diagnosis helped raise awareness for Alzheimer's. There you go. Rita Hayworth. We're down to the top 2 tragedies. You could probably name the top 2 without even seeing the picture. The unforgettable Dorothy from The Wizard of Oz. She endured exploitation by MGM, including forced diets and amphetamines. Nice. She struggled with lifelong addiction and financial instability. Yes, Nona is on the board. Jan's on the board. She faced multiple failed marriages and custody battles. I don't know if you knew this, but she died at the age of only 47 years old from an overdose. And it was likely accidental, not on purpose. So there you go. Although I guess you don't really know, right? You know. Yes. Judy Garland, 1922 to 1969. And Garland's rendition of Over the Rainbow remains one of the most iconic moments in film history. Yes, it does. That's kind of a weird picture of her, though. I think the robot's made an odd choice. Oh, that's better. That's a photo's better. All right, the top one. We all know who the top tragedy is already. The ultimate symbol of Hollywood's golden age of glamour. She started hits like Some Like It Hot and Gentlemen Prefer Blonde. She did struggle with mental health issues and addiction. I guess they all did. Yes, that's right, Jan. Nona. Everybody's getting it, of course. Her high-profile relationships added to the intrigue surrounding her life. She did die under mysterious circumstances, fueling countless conspiracy theories. Yes, indeed. Yes. Correct. Although I think it's spelled with a J. But we'll give you credit for that. That's right. It's Marilyn Monroe. Monroe, Norma Jean. Who knows her maiden name? Anybody remember her maiden name? Kind of blank. I'm kind of trying to blank on it myself. Norma Jean Mortensen. Mortensen, right? Yeah. Monroe's image has become a global cultural icon, transcending her Hollywood career. Okay, we came to the end of the first round. That was kind of fun. We did 50.